In my free time, I like to think about a lot of things, think about life, and today I was thinking about being alone and the good things about being by yourself and having solitude. I've actually been thinking about this for quite some time. And I think nowadays a lot of people, they fear being alone, being by themselves, being self-sufficient, and they tend to rely on other people. They have to have other people in their life to be happy, and they're never happy with their own thoughts that are going on in their head. And they often fear having any more than 2 or 3 minutes of silence to focus on those thoughts or to think about it. And I like having solitude because it allows me to have the time to think about things and to question things. And when you fear being alone and by yourself to think about things, you try to find your answers in other people. You're not able to come to conclusions or find the answers from within yourself. You're always looking for external reasons, external validation, attention, buying a lot of things you don't need, consumerism. And when this happens, then you lose touch of who you are. You lose touch of yourself. And spending some time alone gives you the ability to focus in on the things that actually matter to you, rather than worrying about all the chaos and the disagreements between everybody. It allows you to have the time to really reflect on your life and reflect on all the things that have happened. And you can come to these conclusions and understand things, and the next time something happens, you can find the answer from within yourself, rather than trying to go out there and find that answer or look it up online. I often see this, that people don't have as much experience with life. They have to look up something online to find the answer, and they don't really know much based on thinking for themselves or the experience of going through these events in life. Just as someone that can learn a lot about cars, they can watch as many videos as they want, read as many books as they want, but if they've never actually worked on a car, they're not going to have any experience really to know what to do. Because if you're working with it hands-on, you're going to know from experience all the little different things that you can do, the patience that you'll have, the hands-on experience, the different shortcuts and things that you can do to overcome something when things get difficult. Because if all you do is just learn from everybody else and you don't think for yourself, you don't have the ability to be an independent person. You're always having to rely on others to find the answers to anything. And throughout school and in general, the times that I had classes, you can often have good grades and you can be good at just remembering things and writing it down. But there's a difference between that and having independence, thinking for yourself, and creativity. You have to start questioning things and think for yourself. Just because someone tells you that this is the right answer, but they don't give you any reasons as to why that is, or what are the other options that are out there of what someone else might think on something, or what is the other ideas that there might be that differ from this. If they don't want to show you what this is, then that means that maybe you should probably dig into it a little bit deeper start thinking about it more. And by having solitude, by being by myself a lot, and I don't mean by being alone as in never talking to anybody or being antisocial. What I mean is spending time to yourself to think about things and to understand yourself rather than trying to go out and just find the answers from everyone around you. And when you gain the hands-on experience and the life experiences in life to deal with stress or to understand something, to learn something about yourself, to pick up a new hobby or learn a new skill, between your friendships and everything, you're going to be able to navigate this and understand it better from the experiences that you have. Someone can tell you over and over again what you should or shouldn't do, how to do something, but if you don't actually take the action and go and do it in the first place, it's only talk. There's not much there to gain or to really learn as much as you would if you were to actually take action, to learn hands-on. I mean, someone can tell you everything about fishing, how to catch a fish and everything. But if you've never handled a fishing rod or went fishing, that's not really going to matter as much, because let's say you have to go out in the boat, right? And you want to go out at sea. And the only thing you know how to do is to fish. You don't have the hands-on experience of how to travel out there, how to navigate the waters, how to handle the seas, how to control the ship that you're on or the boat that you're on, how to take care of it and maintain it, how to keep the boat from having water flood in it, how to keep yourself dry, how to maintain a state of mind that helps you get through difficult times because of the experience that you have. And by spending time in solitude, by spending time learning about yourself and thinking about the world around you and coming to conclusions from your own experience and your own life experience, you won't have to have as much stress and anxiety of dealing with these issues or overcoming things in life to better you as a person. So don't be afraid of having solitude and being alone. And being lonely and alone is two different things. I think that being lonely is the fear of facing our own thoughts and ideas or facing challenges by ourselves because we fear doing them because we might not have the strength to overcome them by ourselves. And so we attach ourselves to all these external things by buying things we don't need, by seeking validation and attention from others, by attaching ourselves to somebody else and having that attachment to them, and then when they're gone, not having an identity or understanding or knowing who you are. Because if you can't be happy with who you are and what you are in life and what you're doing, you're not going to ever be happy with anybody else. And if you're not happy with yourself and you give up the things that you enjoy and that make you happy just so you can be with that person, you're going to resent them and not be happy with them in the future. And then when things don't go well, when your friendship or relationship ends, you're not going to have anything, no structure, no foundation of who you are. So everything crumbles and falls apart, and then you're left with nothing, and then you feel lonely. But don't fear being alone. Think for yourself, be independent, understand yourself, spend some time to come to conclusions and understand the thoughts that you have and what's going on with you, and spend some of that time to think about it. Don't be afraid to face these problems or to spend time alone thinking of it, because you're going to have to face it eventually. And if you just keep pushing it aside and putting on everybody else and expecting everybody else to solve the problem for you, you're going to always feel lonely. So don't be afraid of being alone. You've got to face the problems that you have in life, come to conclusions on your own, And there will be times where maybe you do need help from other people. Maybe you're just in a situation where you need somebody to help lift you up some, to help motivate you a little bit, to help inspire you, somebody to look up to. But once you get back on your feet and everything's going in a way that you're starting to understand yourself and spending time to think about what it is that you enjoy in life, what are your thoughts, think about them and face that. Be yourself, stay strong, think for yourself, and don't fear being alone.